I used to have this theory that international directors have more success making a decent horror movie in China than a local director. And I still kind of agree with that, because I firmly believe that there will be a different version of this film for international audiences. A better version. It'll still be a Chinese horror film, but it'll be better than the version released in China. Can that happen? I believe it can. I hope it can. Because I think this movie has potential. A lot of potential. But guess what stuffed it up? China. Exactly. China stuffed it up. Someone from the China Film Administration looked at this film, looked at how good it was in the cut they had, and said, no, go back and destroy everything good, and we'll approve it. A damn shame. Hi, I'm the Arnie Dans, and welcome to episode 13 of my Chinese horror movie reviews. And in this video, we're going to take a look at Japanese director Norio Tsuruta's The Perilous Internet Ring. Is that the same guy who did one of the Ring movies and Premonition? Yep, same dude. What the hell is he doing in China? Just a note before we continue, the version reviewed here is the original Chinese release from 2020. It is rumoured there will be a different version released for an international audience, and potentially a different title. I'll cover that if and when it comes out. First, a disclaimer. I watched the untranslated, unsubtitled Chinese version of this movie. I was watching with someone who was translating key parts of the film for me. An online novel is doing the rounds between a group of friends in a university that seemingly details a scenario where the individual and fictional character will die. While reading the appropriate chapter named after the reader, they hallucinate into a dreamlike sequence where a long-haired woman in a white dress hunts them down and brutally kills them. Xiao Noir and Ma Ming, two university students studying a psychology course, start investigating the cause of the murders when they realise they're both connected to all the victims. Their investigation uncovers the origins of the online novel, as well as a seemingly shoehorned-in plotline around AI being able to send hallucinogenic signals via the computer screen to the victims, and a man in a wheelchair after revenge who works out of a warehouse with a terrible safety violation. This movie certainly does have a rather complex and undocumented history. Released in late 2020, a few months after its initial planned release in July due to the pandemic, the approval banner at the start of the movie lists the date as 2018. So this movie was completed a full couple of years before release and made during the height of the Chinese horror movie boom. You mean the boom that included classics like Haunted Graduation Photo, Ghost in Barbers, and Frightening Embroidery Shoes? Same boom. Almost 40 movies were made the year before in 2017 and another 20 odd in 2018 when this movie was made, and a lot of the movies that we've looked at in this series are from those years. Now that kind of gap is not uncommon for Chinese films, and since this is a horror film, I'm going to guess that there were quite a few things here that the censorship board were taking a keen interest in. And clearly that keen interest was in its theme of internet security, because all of the awesome horror imagery seems to have remained unscathed. The initial trailer for this movie was very uninteresting and plain, with no sense of excitement. Sometime during the pandemic, the director was able to get a new trailer cut with a very Japanese horror movie vibe. Check out the trailer that I translated for the Asian Film Fans channel.
你有没有看过一本书？
残星楼讲了啊，跟残星楼有关联的人，一个一个都被诅咒而死。
的网络小说，关于最后的篇章，你看过吗？
Well, that makes me want to watch it, more than your review is doing. There's a real sense of suspense in the trailer with strong imagery and exciting music. But it's yet another example of a trailer being far better than the end result. Firstly, China. That was the biggest mistake made with this film, because the first half is surprisingly good. Norio pulls out all the J-horror tricks that were popular 15 or so years ago, but really unseen in Chinese cinema. Blue filters, long shadows, skull imagery, and a general eerie vibe, coupled with a bit of blood and gore, which is again unusual for Chinese horror. But on first appearance of the ghost, you'll probably roll your eyes, especially if you're an old hand when it comes to J-horror. Really, the only thing missing is the grey skin and black eyes, but everything else is here. Any of those cool face-off mask reveals? No. But what went wrong here is the whole concept of internet security and safety that feels very much shoehorned in, and I'm not sure if that's part of the original or if it was a forced reshoot. The scenes towards the end where the use of some type of hallucinogenic coding that puts the reader into a trance is not detailed too much. Rather, it focuses more on how to protect yourself online and keeping yourself safe. Check out this message at the end of the movie. Such a strange message, and it really feels out of place, and it's made even worse by the bored-looking lecture the admittedly awesome detective character has to deliver to Xiao Noir and Ma Ming. We then find out that the man who coded the hallucinogenic message is connected to a missing girl that he was in love with, but who rejected him because she was a lesbian in love with the first girl that dies in the film. And alongside her father, he creates the online novel as a way to extract revenge against all those friends, essentially forcing the readers to kill themselves by making them believe they're being hunted by a ghost. Well, that made a lot of sense. It's actually a rather complex ending that's no doubt made that way by Chinese censorship. The movie has been released in Korea and is planned for a worldwide release with a rumoured retarder that links it to the Ring series, so I anticipate that the international version is completely different and makes sense. Oh, that lead actress, Yihan Sung. Since this was filmed in either 2016 or 2017, this would have been her second starring role, and since then, she's had bit roles in other movies and main roles in TV shows. I haven't watched anything else that she's in, but she's really not trying hard in this film. She's a pretty girl and a great model, but an actress, she's not. Frequently with a blank look on her face or with static emotions, she really doesn't take her opportunities within this film, and it comes across on screen. A shame, as Meng-po, who plays Ma Ming, does a really good job and is a decent character. Xiao Noir though? No. She can get caught by ghosts for all I care. Well, that's not nice. Okay, well, check this out and tell me if I'm wrong.
妈，哎，你刚叫我了吗？
没有啊。
哦。
Yeah, okay, I agree with you. Using my patent-pending ghost rating, which stands for great horror or stupid trash, this movie gets 3 ghosts. With strong elements of J-horror throughout, a very well-respected Japanese director, and the opportunity for a proper uncut version rumoured to be released, this score has the potential to be higher. But at this stage, no. It's just adequate. Thank you for watching this video. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to support the channel and keep up to date with my latest videos like this. Thank you for watching.